Lolo Soetoro, also known as Lolo Soetoro Mangunharjo or Mangundikardjo, was the Indonesian stepfather of Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States. Early life and education: born in Bandung, West Java, Dutch East Indies, Soetoro was the ninth of 10 children of Mangundikardjo, who was employee of mining office from Yogyakarta. Soetoro's father and eldest brother were killed during the Indonesian National Revolution, when Indonesia won independence from the Dutch, and the Dutch army burned the family's home. Soetoro fled with his mother to the countryside. Soetoro earned his bachelor's degree in geography from Gadjah Mada University, in Yogyakarta. In 1962, Soetoro, then a civilian employee of the Indonesian Army Topographic Service, obtained an East-West Center grant for graduate study in geography at the University of Hawaii at Manua. He arrived in Honolulu in September 1962 and graduated from the university with a M.A. in geography in June 1964. Marriage to Ann Dunham, after living in Seattle, Washington, with her infant son Barack from September 1961 to June 1962 while taking classes at the University of Washington, Ann Dunham returned to Honolulu and resumed her undergraduate education at the University of Hawaii in January 1963. In January 1964 she filed for divorce from her estranged husband, Barack Obama Sr., who had left Hawaii in June 1962 to pursue graduate study at Harvard University. Soetoro and Dunham met at the East-West Center while both were students at the University of Hawaii. Soetoro and Dunham married in Hawaii on March 15, 1965. Soetoro, a geographer, returned to Indonesia in 1966, to help map Western New Guinea for the Indonesian government, while Dunham and her son moved into her parents' house in Honolulu to complete her studies at the University of Hawaii. She earned a B.A. in anthropology in 1967. Her son attended kindergarten from 1966 to 1967 at Nalani Elementary School in Honolulu. In 1967, Dunham and her 6-year-old son moved to Jakarta to rejoin Soetoro. The reunited family initially lived in a new modest stucco and red tile house at 16 Kiai Haji Ramli Tengah Street in a newly built neighborhood in the Menteng Dalam administrative village of the Tibet sub-district in South Jakarta for 2.5 years, and owned a new Japanese motorcycle. From January 1968 to December 1969, Dunham taught English and was an assistant director of the Lembaga Pasaya Batin Indonesia America Euro, the Indonesia America Friendship Institute Euro, which was subsidized by U.S. government. Obama attended the Indonesian-language Santo Franciscus Assisi Catholic School around the corner from their house for 1st, 2nd, and part of 3rd grade. In 1970, with his financial situation improved by a new job in government relations at Union Oil Company, Soetoro moved his family 2 miles north to a rented house at 22 Taman Amir Hamzah Street in the Matraman Dalam neighborhood in the Pegangsan administrative village of the Menteng sub-district in central Jakarta, with a car replacing their motorcycle. From January 1970 to August 1972, Dunham taught English and was a department head and a director of the Lembaga Pendidikan dan Pengembangan Manajemen Euro, the Institute of Management Education and Development. Barry attended the Indonesian-language government-run Basuki School 1.5 miles east in the exclusive Menteng administrative village of the Menteng sub-district for part of 3rd grade and for 4th grade. In mid-1970, between 3rd and 4th grades at the Basuki School, Obama spent the summer in Hawaii with his grandparents, Stanley and Madeline Dunham, and interviewed for admission to the Punahou School in Honolulu. On August 15, 1970, Soetoro and Dunham had a daughter, Maya Cassandra Soetoro. In mid-1971, Barry moved back to Hawaii to live with his grandparents and attend Punahou School starting in 5th grade. A year later, in August 1972, Dunham, with the help of her employer, obtained an Asia Foundation grant to begin graduate study in anthropology at the University of Hawaii at Manua. She and her daughter moved back to Hawaii where they rejoined Obama. Dunham completed her coursework at the University of Hawaii for a M.A. in anthropology in December 1974, and after 3 years in Hawaii, returned with her daughter to Jakarta in 1975 to complete her contract with LPPM and do anthropological field work. Obama chose to stay with his grandparents in Hawaii to continue attending Punahou School for high school. In 1976, Dunham and her daughter moved to Yogyakarta, living for half a year with Soetoro's 76-year-old mother. During their years in Indonesia, Dunham became increasingly interested in the country's culture, while Soetoro became more interested in Western culture, and their relationship was in conflict over differing values. Their divorce became final on November 6, 1980. In his 1995 memoir Dreams from My Father, Obama described Soetoro as well-mannered, even-tempered, and easy with people. He wrote of the struggles he felt Soetoro had to deal with after his return to Indonesia from Hawaii. He described his stepfather as following a brand of Islam that could make room for the remnants of more ancient animist and Hindu faiths. In a 2007 article, Chicago Tribune foreign correspondent Kim Barker reported that Soetoro was much more of a free spirit than a devout Muslim, according to former friends and neighbors. Later life, Soetoro married Erna Kustina in 1980 and had 2 children, a son, Yusuf Ajai Soetoro, and daughter, Rahayu Namada Soetoro. Soetoro died, age 52, on March 2, 1987, of liver failure, and was buried in Tanah Kusir Cemetery, South Jakarta. Notes. References: Dunham, S. Ann. Dewey, Alice G. Cooper, Nancy I. Surviving Against the Odds, Village Industry in Indonesia. Durham, North Carolina Duke University Press. ISBN 0-8223-4687-7. Moranis, David. Barack Obama, The Story. New York, Simon & Schuster. ISBN 978-1-4391-6040-4. Obama, Barack, 1995. Dreams from My Father, A Story of Race and Inheritance. New York, Three Rivers Press. ISBN 1-4000-8277-3.